You've changed the suspension, right? You got some tubular upper arms. You got race car suspension on it pretty much. Am I wrong?
No, it's, yeah. You know, you can, you know, the old ball joints, they weren't, anyway, it's got like stock car spindles on it. And I redid all the suspensions so that stuff was compatible with the race car stuff. And I basically made it out of stuff that was upstairs in my
Your old race stuff?
leftover stuff.
Welcome to the Back to Life series at BTUFF. Join us as we go behind the scenes and check out some of the best hot rod fabrication in Bakersfield at H&S Body Works.
Hey everybody, this is Billy at Bakersfield Tough with our Back to Life series, man. I got a special guest in the house, Mike Harvick in the house, man. We are in the shop of Mike Harvick. It's always fun to come out here, man. You get a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah, we got quite a few projects. I don't know if I can ever get them all done, but
yeah,
we got them.
As I want to show people like what you're doing here, man, because, you know, of course, you know, you like working on cars. You always have, right?
Yeah.
I don't think
I
anybody,
love it.
right? It keeps you busy.
Keeps me busy.
Right. So let's start, man. Let's say this truck right here, because this has been here for a while, right?
Yeah, this is one of my buddy's trucks. It's a 56 big window Ford. It, you know, we've had the frame and everything off. It's got truck arms under it, like a NASCAR car.
Okay.
And you know, it's totally been taken off the frame, and now it's ready for paint. We just got to get it there so somebody will paint it. But,
all right, man.
Kind of a fun project. It has a Mustang. Oh, no, I forgot. But,
Oh, whoa.
it's got a pretty nice.
Wow.
This thing ought to be a real hot rod when it's done.
Man, where'd you get this thing?
It's was just taken out of a Mustang, you know, Cobra Jet or whatever they call them.
Wow, what's the size? What size is that engine?
That I couldn't, you know, I don't know.
It looks pretty big. Am I wrong?
No, it's one of their hot rods,
Yeah,
and it's got rack and pinion steering.
it does. Oh wow, it does. Okay.
It'll be a lot of fun when it's all done.
Man,
Not
I
far
guess.
from being done.
Yeah, I like the simplicity of it, man. I think that's what I like the most on it.
Yeah. Well, this is all computerized, so it'll get complicated, but it'll be somewhere else.
Yeah.
It'll be under the dash or something. That hood.
Tell me about the history of this hood right here, because this has actually seen some action.
That hood actually came off of Jimmy Ward's open comp car.
Okay.
That was all hand painted.
Beowulf, right?
The Beowulf, I don't remember how old it is, but
Yeah.
it's pretty old. And that guy actually painted that in the garage with a brush.
It's amazing. Those cans look real.
They do that. I mean, that's one of the reasons why I kept that was because it's a piece of art.
No, it's beautiful. Very
I
cool.
remember the guy's name. I think his name was Chad. And that's exactly how it was right off Jimmy's car.
Wow, amazing. 57 Chevy over there?
Yes.
Or it is a 57. And I want to show them the frame. I will show them the body real quick because the body is cool. How long have you been working on this project?
Well, I've had this project for quite a while. It's been here ever since I moved into this house 20 years ago.
Oh, wow, okay.
So it's just time to get it done.
Right.
And you know, I started on it before I bought the Corvette, and now the Corvette's kind of taken front and center.
Okay, let me take a look at this chassis first, right? So this is off the 57, right? And of course,
Yeah.
I would expect nothing different than what I'm looking at here, which is unbelievable.
So we stripped this thing down to, you know, the bare frame,
Yeah.
did all the suspension stuff. It's also got rack and pinion.
Okay.
It's got a LS type motor in it. It's a cast iron block, but it's the LS type for, you know, a 4L60E transmission, and then a 9-inch Ford rear end. Then we moved the springs in so that you could put a little wider tire on them. I just
Got your racing brakes on there, of course.
Well, they make it so easy anymore. It's the way to go. It's just
Yeah.
you know, everything is so nice and figured out now that you just bolt stuff on.
Yeah.
You just have to know what you're buying. I did all this before I bought this, and this one has now become the one that primary
Yeah.
that I'm trying to get done. Is I've always wanted one of these, and I ran across this. My neighbor had it. Never even knew the guy had the thing, and he moved to Hawaii, and he starts putting all these cars on our little web page out here, and so I ran over there and I bought this one.
Wow. Always got cool stuff, man.
It's gonna have a.
What color are you gonna do this one? Red?
Oh my God, that's the hardest. One of the harder
Yeah.
things to figure out is what color they're gonna be.
Right.
There's so many red ones, and
White?
I'm sure it's probably going to be black like the oak.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, there you go.
Makes
yeah.
the chrome, makes all the chrome look nice.
Yeah.
This thing has been painted. We've had this done for 10, 12, even I don't even know how long, but it has probably been my favorite project that I've ever done.
Yeah. Now H&S painted this thing, of course, right?
Oh yeah.
And they always do a good job, man. This is like one of the ones that they're super proud on, and I could see why. Man, this thing, you know what? I actually got to drive this. You actually let me drive it. Remember that back in the day?
Yeah,
you let me drive it?
I remember.
And it still doesn't have any waves going down the doors, man. You have kept this thing in perfect condition here. And this is something else, man. It just doesn't get any better than this right here. Now, how many years did they make this style of El Camino? Do you know?
This was only a one-off year.
It was.
They made this. They actually made them out of station wagons, as you can see where the wagon part of it went. And they only made this style 1 year with the taillights like this and the big fins. This was in the days when I guess rocketry and big fins were a cool deal. But they only made it 1 year, and then they started narrowing the fins, and they changed the lights, and so it's a one-off thing.
So you actually drive this thing?
Oh, we drive it all the time.
You do?
It's a cruiser.
Man, I love this back window. Man, it almost looks like a front window, doesn't it? It's like, man, how hard would that piece of glass be to get, man? I mean,
you can actually buy all that stuff.
You can.
You couldn't when I got it. Bob's Auto Glass probably still has the originals, and I actually found one before I had to put the old one in. You couldn't hardly see through it.
Yeah, that is amazing.
All the stuff is a little easier to find now than it was back when I did this.
Yeah. Yeah, man, I love these emblems right here. These are so neat. You're right, man. Rockets all the way, dude. All the way right there.
And it looks like the cat might have took a trip across there.
Yeah. Yeah, that is so beautiful. Can I look under that hood? I know you had it open, but it deserves being looked at.
Really nothing fancy under the hood. Just,
Nothing fancy here.
Just
LS motor, right?
Everything is pretty much stock. I mean, I have changed the motor in it once, made it a little bigger so it'd go a little better, but you can go to the auto parts store and buy all the stuff that's on it.
Yeah.
So if you break down, you're not stuck someplace.
Now you've changed the suspension, right? You got some tubular upper air arms. You got race car suspension on it pretty much. Am I wrong?
No, you can, the old ball joints, they weren't, anyway, it's got like stock car spindles on it, and I redid all the suspensions so that stuff was compatible with the race car stuff, and I basically made it out of stuff that was upstairs in my
Your old race stuff?
leftover stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
You know what the good part is, though, being on this car, is it won't get smashed, right?
No,
These parts don't get smashed up in a wall.
hopefully not.
Yeah. Now did that grill come on this car?
Yes,
It did?
Yeah.
Okay.
That grill is the original grill.
Wow.
And I had a little guy down in Burbank. This stuff all looked like it came out of this car would look like it came out of a wrecking yard when we started the body work on it.
Wow. Man, I gotta say, these wheels, they look like they're CNC machined.
They are. They're billet specialties, and those centers are all they got a little weird
Yeah,
look to them.
that's so cool. I'm gonna kind of get in here. I don't know if you can see it, but that's really cool. It kind of reminds me of just like raw CNC, you know?
Yeah.
Before they finish it up. Yeah, so rad. I love this car, man. So good. I do, man. This is one of my favorites right here. I'd imagine this thing's pretty comfortable, right? When you're going on the road.
Yeah.
I mean, a little bit more than it would be stock, right? Which probably had a bench seat in it, right? If I'm not wrong.
It did.
It did.
You know, one of them big puffy bench seats. This
Yeah.
is a custom designed seat. And
Yeah.
I moved this thing here came all the way out to here. So as big as these cars are, it felt like you were going to get thrown through the dash just sitting in the seat.
Oh, so you moved the whole thing back?
Yeah, we
did?
cut the
Okay.
whole back package tray out. And
Oh, wow. Okay.
moved the seat back.
Did it have seat belts?
And,
Had lap belts, maybe?
it may have. I
don't think they had harness over, right? Back in
Oh
this.
no, I did all that.
Yeah.
But it may have had seat belts, but you probably couldn't find them.
Yeah.
They're probably under the seat someplace.
Man, look at that dash. Unbelievable, man. That is candy right there.
The dash is amazing.
Wow. And of course, Dickie painted that as well.
Yeah, Dickie did all the body work and painting. They
Yeah.
painted the inside,
It is.
outside, and everything.
You don't take this to car shows, right? I mean,
No, I've never been to. Well, I took it to one. It was out in front of our house in Oxnard.
you did?
We didn't have to go nowhere.
It was cars and coffee.
How many? Oh, you've done something cool back here too, right? In the back bed. Am I wrong? I think I
Yeah.
remember you did
Well,
something, right?
All this stuff was rotted out because everything from here on down was pretty much rotted out.
Okay.
So this was all rotted out. So I replaced that with and made up.
Cargo area.
And then this is where your feet went, or the back seat went, in the station wagon.
Oh, really?
So
But from the factory, did they have
Yeah.
this set up from the factory as a flip-up latch?
No, this was all covered.
Oh, wow. Okay.
But,
So it was just empty space. It was like not being used.
didn't even know it was there until I took all this out because it was rotted out.
Okay.
So then I thought, well, that's stupid not to make that into an ice chest or
You're something, right?
Area.
So
Yeah.
I made it into a little storage compartment, and it's worked out good. Got all my junk in there.
Oh, so good, man. Look at that. Now, how hard was it? Did they have the? You had the aftermarket gauges put in, of course. Pretty easy to install.
There wasn't easy to do much of anything on this car because when I bought all this stuff, 15 years ago, you didn't just walk in and say, I got this. And so all those were adapted. They had the gauges, but, and we painted all the bezels and stuff, and then we had to adapt them to those gauges. They made the gauges of that size, but
Yeah.
they weren't that easy.
And you put cruise control in.
Yeah,
Wow.
I did, but it never worked.
Oh, okay. So good. Wow, that's total. So did you put that in there? Was that stock? Did it bolt? Like, it looks like
That's an original bolt pattern.
It is.
You can actually buy these cross shafts. And
whoa.
then,
So it's like an upper arm, but on the bottom side, it's like you have an upper and a lower.
yeah.
That is amazing.
They pretty much sell this stuff nowadays.
They do.
But the ball joint, if you look at this ball joint and that ball joint on that 55,
Yeah.
the ball joint on the 55s go point down, these point out.
Okay.
And that's how I was able to put the stock car spindles.
Yeah.
So I redid the lower A arm so that it would accept the actual stock car spindle. And then, I made this, I had to make all this center link and all that stuff.
Wow. Yeah, that is really cool.
And then,
I like these. It's cool, man. The buckets right here for the springs. That's neat. Yeah. Did you have to make all this stuff too, or that part of
I
this?
had to rearrange it.
Okay. Yeah. It's got kind of a funky sway bar too, man. I mean, it looks like it wraps around the pitman arms and the.
Well, that's actually that was actually not a stock sway bar, but it's stock configuration. They had little tiny ones on there,
I've never seen one like that though.
but that one's pretty good size.
Wow.
Actually makes the car. You know, these old cars used to kind of just flop around,
Yeah.
and so I put that big old sway bar on there, and it drives like a dream now.
Wow. I'm getting a little close on your clearances here.
Yeah, that's that road down there on Round Mountain Road. And those
You may have to touch that up later
Doop-de-doos.
on. Yeah.
you gotta kind of.
Oh man, I love the frame. So this is obviously is this a stock right here? Did they have
Yeah,
this?
this is stock X frame on these
It
cars.
is, man. That is so cool.
They
Now you added this mount, right?
yeah, I made that mount.
Yeah, that's nice. It's clean. But man, it's kind of a neat design, isn't it? There probably is a little bit of twist to it though, right?
I think they had a few problems with it.
Yeah, it still looks cool though.
I don't really know, but it looks good.
Yeah.
It functions. Listen, they got a 9-inch Ford in it too,
It does, okay.
and then it's got weight jack bolts up there.
It does?
Go through the
Yeah.
through the bed.
Okay,
And
that's
then
cool.
You know, because the springs all settle a little bit here and there, so if it gets a little low,
It's like a 3-link, right? Basically.
yeah, it's actually a 3-link.
Wow, it's got a pull bar on
These
the
are
top.
actually
And
stock. I didn't replace these because I go, well, this is just like a regular light model.
yeah, it looks like exactly.
So I just redid the bushings and made them a little stiffer.
Yeah. It's hard to know because this is such a unique frame to the Chevrolets. It's hard to know like what's stock and what's what you've actually added to it. Okay. You got your Panhard bar right there.
I redid that.
Okay.
But it's in the stock location over here. I just, you know, all this stuff had to be made.
Yeah.
You can buy all that stuff now.
Did you have to change the gears a little bit?
Yeah, well, I just put the same gear ratio in it as would have been in the car that I bought the motor and stuff out of.
Okay.
So it's got a 370 or something like that in it.
Right. Yeah, that is really cool. So this would be the area right here, right? That you were saying is like the cargo area?
Yeah,
Yeah, okay. Which would have been the foot
Back-
section of the
back seat.
back seat. Yeah.
You can tell it's an old man's car. It's got 2 sets of mufflers on it.
Still sounds good though.
Yeah.
Yeah. It does have 2 sets, huh? You got some cherry bombs here or whatever those are called, and then you got some regular mufflers.
Yeah.
It's just too loud.
It was too loud.
Yeah.